Go ahead and get started.
Guys, you had the 7-point lead at halftime, and it seemed like they came out, they turned you over a couple of times, and it changed the course of the game from there. How did the second half unfold differently than the first half for you?
We just didn't get stops when we needed to. We weren't tough enough. I feel like they were more aggressive in the second half. We turned the ball over too much, which led to a lot of transition points for them. Which can get any team going, honestly. So.
EJ, how did you see that?
Didn't play with a lot of urgency that we needed to come out and win. It was a great crowd out there. I felt like they gave us a lot of energy in the first half, and second half we didn't give them any energy back. So I felt like we didn't come out and play with enough urgency that second half. So.
Why?
I wish I could tell you. I don't know. A lot of games in a short amount of time. I felt like the energy level just went down. Just seeing our legs, not being able to slide our feet, and those are things we got to work on. I mean, happy we get a little break here soon, but can't let that happen. So.
Guys, how much playing defense is want to, and how much of it is skill? If you had to break it down, and where are you guys on that chart?
There's a lot of talented defensive players like out there. You just see guys in the NBA who have length. Some guys who just are like God gifted at that, but some is want as well. And I feel like we gotta want it a little bit more. Just have to go out there and execute the game plan better. Have to go out there and make the winning plays. Got to dive on the floor for a loose ball. It was a loose ball, and somebody didn't dive on the floor for it. But I just feel like we have to want it more. So.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I mean, I don't think there's any way to break it down, but you definitely got to have the want to. A lot of it's scheme, just being locked in on the game plan. So that just goes along with watching film, paying attention to the scouting report, things like that, knowing what guys have certain tendencies.
It seemed like a couple times this season you guys have had offensive droughts throughout some of the losses. What's the conversation in the huddle? How do you guys kind of move past that when you just can't
We have to get defensive stops to give us momentum on the offense end. Like when we're not getting transition buckets, we're not running. We're all just in the half court set, and I just feel like we didn't get stops. At one point, it was like 10 possessions. We only got one stop out of 10. So just that and us slowing down on the offense end comes from the defense end and just giving us momentum. So.
You talked about getting a break here for a little bit. I know this is fresh, but how much is that going to help the team to kind of have a couple days off here finally after this rough run?
It'll help for sure. I mean, I think it'll help any team. When you go on a stretch like we did to close out the season, it's tough, but at the end of the day, it's not really an excuse. We just got to own it and, own the fact that we haven't been playing well enough to win games on both sides of the ball.
Justin, you've been around teams here that are really good defensive teams. Your first couple of years here was one of the better defensive teams. Each time was one of the better defensive teams in the country. The last 2 years, it's not been that way. I'm just wondering if you've noticed any kind of difference, any difference in approach with the group that you think has led to that kind of drop-off? Because it's been, pretty steep from where you guys were when you first started here.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't really say there's anything that I noticed that led to a drop-off. It just comes down to us, like I said, being locked in on the game plan, and more importantly, just the want to. Our team is predicated on being a team defense. Not leaving your teammate out on an island, being in the gap, swiping, gang rebounding, all that stuff. So, if one person's not connected and it's only 4 out of the 5, we're gonna consistently have breakthroughs on the defense. So we all just gotta own the fact that we gotta be better on that side of the ball, and we gotta be more connected.
EJ, obviously, last game in the shot and regular season finale, but at the same time, it's a regular season game, and you still have a lot of basketball that you guys can play and play well. How do you try to spin this forward and look positively on the next few days to make sure that Thursday's a good day, Friday's a good day, and you guys keep putting together good days to get some things done in March?
Yeah, I mean, this wasn't our last game of the season, so I don't look at it like that. I hate losing, but we just got to have the right approach to the next couple games. Last year we made a run in the tournament, and hopefully we could do that again, but we just got to just approach it the right way and learn from this. So.
Justin, I know it's hard to look at things like this after a loss, but to hit 4 threes and to see yourself, kind of get back into a rhythm a little bit, how important is that for you as you head into postseason play, trying to put together some things?
Yeah, it felt good to see some go through. But, like EJ always says, winning is honestly the most important thing for me, so that really doesn't mean anything, to be honest.
There's a significant difference between live ball turnovers and dead ball turnovers, and a lot of theirs were, your guys today, were them getting steals and live ball turnovers, but they weren't necessarily taking advantage of those, turning them into points in the first half. Did you guys say anything at halftime about trying to fix that before it obviously got out of control?
Yeah, we knew we had to take care of the ball. It was that and rebounding. Those were two of the keys that we knew we had to focus in on, and kind of just too lackadaisical in that area for too much of the game, which led to them going on a roll.
Were they doing anything specific that maybe played into that at all?
They were aggressive on defense, and we just, we weren't matching that level of aggressiveness on the offensive end.
What kind of changed from, did you see Michigan's offense kind of change at all there in that second half? Was it more energy? What kind of led to them kind of exploding there?
I really don't know. I know we were turning the ball over. They hit a couple transition threes. They were getting out, running, spraying the ball, getting to the paint. But I didn't really see anything different that they were doing in the second half than the first, besides capitalizing off turnovers.
Yeah, it seemed like you guys kind of, had that aggressiveness there in that first half. And I guess what was working there that I guess may have not translated there in your return?
Just the effort.
All right, guys, one more question.
For both of you guys to go through, senior day festivities before a game, just how, bittersweet is that to kind of go through that before a game and then not be able to finish it off with a win?
Sucks. Losing sucks. It's never fun.
All right, one more. Good. All right, thank you, Justin, AJ.